Now, apparently no Christian can answer this or explain it. And yet, here I am. It's actually quite easy. My name is Craig, and this is your Morning Star Quest with your journey through the Bible. Now, I want to be respectful here. I don't want to talk about religion, atheists come up with this same question. So this is all about the actual question in hand. So I'm going to let this guy talk, and then we'll get back to it.
Do you believe the Bible is the Word of God? Okay. Do you believe there are any contradictions or mistakes in the Bible?
I believe the whole Bible.
Isaiah was 42 years old when he became king, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. How old was he?
42.
Now, just to make sure that you don't think this is a different one, I'm going to make you read the whole thing. His mother's name was? Athaliah.
Okay.
The granddaughter of who?
Omri.
This is in 2 Chronicles, right? Now, we go to 2 Kings. Isaiah was 22 years old when he became king, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem, same 1 year. What's his mother's name?
Athaliah.
The granddaughter of who?
That's the same, yeah?
That's the same. So how can he be 22 and 42?
Okay, they made mistakes.
Okay, so now there are mistakes in the Bible.
Everybody made mistakes.
Not God. Not God.
That last statement, I guess I can't disagree with. There is some discrepancy here, and I guess I get what he's saying. I mean, he states that this is a question that no Christian can explain, and yet it's actually quite simple. There are so many times when people try and work this out and they twist the wording, and in this way, this is what people are trying to put these two things together. But there's a huge problem. The fact that we're trying this in a translation in English when it's originally Hebrew. So let's just go into the ones that he just described. Now with 2 Kings, we've got 2 and 20 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign. Okay, that's fairly straightforward. The English Standard Version, Isaiah was 22 years. They've just put it in how we say it in English rather than the 2 and 20 years. Now the problem starts when we have 2 Chronicles, and it states that he is 40 and 2 years old. So this is the same king in two different places. There's a contradiction, and he's saying that no Christian can explain this. Now in original Hebrew, numbers can be a little tricky. I mean, if we got a 40 and a 2, well, we could have 42, but then you could put it together and make 22. So when it comes to 2 Chronicles in the King James Version, they are just translating it literally. But then if we get a more modern version that translate it in context, well, we get like the English Standard Version. Then we get Ahaziah was 22 years. It's just in context. Now the really big question here is, does that really matter? So let's just say for one moment that this doesn't work out, and he is correct that it is completely and utterly contradicting each other. Does it really matter? I mean, if you look at Psalm 22, 700 to 900 years earlier predicted Jesus on the cross. The whole Old Testament is a foreshadow of Jesus. Jesus is the whole point of the Bible. That is way more important. And just on that, David and Goliath. It's not about David and Goliath. Click on that and you'll find out what it's really about. Go do something awesome for God, and I'll catch you in the next one.